We're going to look at this beautiful little play that the Warriors run when they're inbounding the ball on the baseline. These are often called baseline out of bounds plays, or from the first letters, blobs. Let's just run this real fast. And that's it. That went by fast, huh? Something interesting has happened. So you could use my formula to understand off-ball action. Replay the play from the beginning and follow whoever scored backwards. So in this case, this is Andrew Wiggins, and the video I'm using is the official NBA highlights. So if you go back, you'll see to your annoyance that the entire play isn't in the highlight. Here's the earliest we can see. It's crossfaded from this other play, so you can't really see the interesting part of this play. All you can see is that Steph Curry has his nice bounce pass, and Andrew Wiggins sneaks behind this defender who's a little late moving over, and it's a dunk, right? But that doesn't help you understand what the play is and how Andrew Wiggins got open. Was it just that this guy Tyler Herro fell asleep? You have to go and look at the entire play. Let's rewind. Wiggins dunked. So you go back to the beginning of the play and you just follow Wiggins. Wiggins is here. Steph Curry is here with the ball. Somehow Wiggins is going to come over here and get this pass. So here's Wiggins' defender. Things are under control for the moment. Let's run the tape. Oh. All right, do you see what happened there? Wiggins is cutting straight to the basket. His defender's trying to follow him, but runs into this annoying person here. The only way the Heat can defend this is if this following defender just smashes through the screen, or if Tyler Herro over here switches. Let's see what happens. Herro does notice, but it's just a half second too late, and Wiggins is inside position. And nice finish there. So now we can repeat the process. We can now look for the screener, Kent Bazemore. So we rewind and just see what they did from the beginning of the play. So here you see there's a screener, and we can rewind. And he actually didn't go very far, did he? We have Curry here, Wiggins here. Wiggins is going to cut this way. Somehow Kent Bazemore is going to end up setting a back screen on this defender. And that's pretty much all there is to this play. So if we run it forward, you now see it's all planned from the beginning. Bazemore sneaks up behind the defender. You can hear the shark music. And then a subtle thing that you'll notice if you run this one or two times is that after the screen, Damian Lee is pointing his thumb backward saying, "Hitch a ride on my screen." So if this option gets blocked, then Damian Lee can set a down screen for Bazemore, and there'll be a second option. So after you start breaking down these plays for yourself, you'll start to recognize them when they come up again and again. On YouTube, there's compilations of Warriors plays, and you can see if you can find these plays in the past. This guy, Piper, who does half-court hoops, I really enjoy his stuff. He's got a video called Golden State Baseline Plays or something like that. And then, if you go through it, you'll start to miss Klay Thompson because most of these blobs are run for Klay. And then you'll also eventually start to recognize this play. Here's a play from the 73-win season. It looks familiar. Klay Thompson is here, so everyone's focus is on Klay Thompson. Steph Curry is inbounding the ball. Harrison Barnes over here. If this is the same play, then Klay Thompson is going to sneak over here, set a back screen for Harrison Barnes, who's just going to rip straight down and get a nice pass from Curry. So let's see what happens. And look at that. Nice finish. Barnes here cuts straight towards the baseline, parallel to the sideline. Some people call this a rip cut. So I've just been calling this play BLOB Rip. I guess that sounds like we're mourning the passing of the blob, but no, this is a good play. There is a little bit of subtlety to running this play. Let's rerun this play. Klay is going to set a back screen. So Harrison Barnes, in fact, has a choice to make. Does he rip along the outside of the screen or along the inside of the screen? You might think, oh, the inside is better because you're closer to the basket, but Harrison Barnes, in fact, decides to rip along the outside. You might wonder what happens if you rip along the inside. Well, I'm glad you asked. So here's a play from the Orlando game recently. You can see the setup now. This play is mirrored because the ball is being inbounded on the other side of the court, but the concept is completely the same. Wiggins is going to set a back screen on this defender. Kelly Oubre has to decide whether to cut along this outside path or this inside path, and he is indeed going to choose the inside path. There's a screen. But the problem is, defenders are going to tend to want to follow you along the inside anyway. So this defender is going to be on the inside of the screen, which means he can just squeak right by the inside of the screen to follow Kelly Oubre. So So there he's following him. Steph is gamely trying to get this bounce pass through anyway, but this defender is right on Kelly Oubre's butt and gets a hand on it, and actually it's a turnover. So there is a little bit of subtlety to running this play. Okay, let's look at one more fun version of this play. This is against the Brooklyn Nets in the recent game. Mulder is here to set the back screen. Kelly Oubre is supposed to rip cut over there. The good thing about Mulder running it is that he's a shooter and people are going to not want to switch off of him. The bad side is he doesn't run this play very often, so look, he's not exactly selling it, right? If you really want to trick people, Mulder really has to stand over here and have a really mean look in his eyes and look like he's going to take some kind of triple screen. Like he's got to really sell that he's not there to set the screen. Look at this. He's practically holding a sign that says screen on it. So this is not super secretive here. And what's worse, I don't know if you know this, but the Nets have acquired this fellow. He's tall and he can shoot, and his name is Kevin Durant, and he used to be on the Warriors. He is really familiar with the Warriors' plays, so he knows for sure what this play is going to be. I didn't see what happened right before this, but I would not be surprised if Durant told people, yo, that's going to be a back screen. Look out for that. So if you were the defense and you knew for sure that that was the play, how would you guard it? And so the right way to defend this would be Oubre's defender to switch to the screen, this defender to jump out. And that's what's going to happen. Back screen, and the defender, he's just got his arms out, he's flapping, he looks like wind energy is happening here. He's doing everything he can to stop the pass coming across to Oubre. So let's see how the rest of the play works. Aha. It was actually a trick. I'm not sure that it was 100% a trick from the beginning, but this play definitely worked better because everyone was expecting the BLOB Rip. Let's rewind and see what happened. So we've got everyone selling this play here. So we got Mulder, who was holding up the sign saying screener for hire. Kelly Oubre doing the rip cut. Steph is looking this way. Everyone is sold, especially Kevin Durant. You see, he's not even looking at the inbounder. He's just looking at this back screen because he says, yeah, I've seen this play 100,000 times. I know what's going to happen. Let's just guard that rip cut right. The Warriors take advantage of that by having Draymond Green sneak behind Kevin Durant. It's a pretty funny play. So there he is. And then Kevin Durant does eventually notice, but it's a half second too late. This is a game of half seconds. This side is covered. Draymond cuts behind Kevin Durant's back, gets a little pass from Steph. And this is not an easy finish. Well done, Draymond.